Alright guys, welcome back to 3BR Off-Road. No, I'm just messing.
Can you give me another one?
Yeah, I'm gonna. I just wanted to do that just for you. Alright, ready?
It's gonna go in the video, it's okay.
Alright, hey guys, welcome back to 3BR Off-Road. Today, we're waiting on some customers to come by, deal with some shop business. But in the meantime, we've really been slacking on Dad's truck. So we got the 5-ton front pulled out. We need to obviously clean it up because it's covered in sand and crap. We should have did that before we got it here, but no big deal. But what we're gonna do today is we gotta knock these spindles off, pull the shafts out, get these brake lines off, get these boots off, get all that stuff cleaned up. Because what we have to do is we're gonna take this chunk, pick it straight up. Because it's a 5-ton, there's no drilling required. We're going to spin it 180 degrees, set it back down in there, because right now what we're dealing with is the pinion is offset. It's long side, short side, or sorry, let me say that again. Short side, long side, we need it to be the other way around because we're going to be running the leaf springs, and the leaf pack for the factory frame, being as narrow as it is, actually will hit this side of the chunk. We don't have enough clearance right here for everything to work out. And it's better anyway to go ahead and flip it because the rear is almost center, and the front is offset. So in the factory configuration, there's there is a transmission, but an oil pan that you have to contend with for clearance. We obviously don't have that anymore, so we're gonna flip this thing around, be able to put a leaf perch here and a leaf perch here, and just send it.
Now that's what you call a worn out boot. I'm not gonna lie. There was so much dirt and grease and grime caked up on these that I couldn't even realize they were flatheads. I thought they were bolts. Alright guys, so I got both the spindles, knuckles, axles, all that stuff off both sides now. So the next step is to zip all these trunk bolts out real quick and get this thing up there, and then I can get started on cleaning this housing up. Make it look all beautiful again. Alright guys, I just want to take a second and give a big shout out and thanks to whoever designed the Rockwell family of axles, that being the 5 tons or 2.5 tons, doesn't matter. But just give a big shout out for making these the easiest bolts to get to ever. You know, you barely get a box end wrench on it, anything like that. Zip off with impact, no problem. On clearance. Underneath here, no clearance. Makes life difficult. Alright, that's enough bitching, back to work. That only took forever. Alright, now that we got all the bolts from the trunk undone, it's time to pull it out so we can get the housing cleaned up. This should be fun all by myself. Alright, so I got the chunk out. Axle's a bare housing now. Time to take the, clean up all the grease on it first, then take a wire wheel to it and make it all pretty again. And then when we go to put that chunk back in, flip her around. Put the pinion on the long side so we get more clearance like AJ was talking about at the beginning. But yeah, so that's what's next for me, starting to get this thing cleaned up.
The next day.
You know, because not like we don't have enough going on at the 3BR shop, right? This happens all the time. I say something, but he's on his phone.
Oh, I got in an argument today. Pro tip of the day. Pro tip of the day.
Hold on one second, hold on. Still, not acknowledging my statement, but just going off on his tangent.
This is going to circle back around. I am in a Facebook war right now over the dumbest thing in the world. You should never have to deal with this. Wash your hands. It's the pro tip of the day. If you work in nasty, greasy environments, before you go to lunch, wash your hands. You can get all kinds of crazy stomach ulcers, cancers, and everything. It takes 5 seconds. Wash your hands. There was a comment or a post made today on Matco Nation talking about post pictures of your hands and how you eat your lunch. And a guy was on there and said, look, you can't do that. You shouldn't do that. Not you can't, because you can do whatever you want. It's your own life. But you shouldn't do that. Wash your hands. You can get all these diseases. And I commented on it. I said, hey, you're 110% right. Mechanics are the only people that should wash their hands before and after they pee. If not, your old lady is not a good woman.
That circle right back around to what I said, right guys?
I was on Facebook.
Right over the head.
Commenting about this still.
Do you see what I have to deal with here?
Right over.
I quit.
Circle around maybe a couple more times later. Back on his phone.
Is this why work don't get done? Alright guys, well, while AJ's getting Dave squared away over here, I'm going to work on getting this axle cleaned up so I can get it out of the way and scoot it up back underneath the F-350. So hopefully we can eventually put leaf springs underneath it. Alright, now that I got most of the grease and grime and dirt off this, time to hit it with the wire wheel. Alright, battery in the camera died, so I had to switch over to a GoPro because I didn't bring my extra battery packs because I'm a genius. I need to flip that chunk over and clean it. I really don't want to do that, but I need to.
What's wrong with the, like in the gas reserve?
I'm pretty sure the gasket's still on it.
Yeah, it usually stays on there. There's RTV over it.
Are you sure? I don't know. I
Like,
didn't look at it. It's greasy as hell too. I need to clean it.
Just wire wheel over it real quick, and then yeah, it'll be fine. That's what I would do.
Whoa, nasty.
Those things, dude, those gaskets are the best gaskets on.
No, gasket's not even there.
What was that big ass crank?
Coming.
It's a 6.7 crank. Going to 5.9, make it a 5.2. 6.2. Oh, 6.2. That's what it is.
5.9.
Stroker motor.
Yeah, buddy.
All the powers. Now we got both surfaces all cleaned up. Time to lay down a nice little layer of RTV.
RTV!
Throw the trunk back in. And seal her back up. Make sure I do it the right way the first time. Needs to be flipped around. Needs to be flipped around.
Trunk flip.
Yeah. Yeah. Pinion side on the long side. Remind me of that, guys. Got a nice healthy layer of RTV on there.
RTV?
What'd you say?
RTV?
Something like that. Alright, now let me try and not break my back putting this thing back in.
How are you gonna break your back? You got a goddamn circuit.
I'm being dramatic, alright? Leave me alone. Alright, well I switched over to the GoPro because someone's an idiot and didn't charge their camera batteries. So it died halfway through the time lapse of us putting the actual trunk back in. But it's in. Ready to put all the bolts back on and suck it down. But same genius that didn't charge the camera batteries misplaced the washers for the trunk. Should be little washers that go on all these. But I don't know what I did with them. I have my parts pile here and I don't see them. So the question is, what did Corey do with the washers? I do this way too often. Honestly, somewhere in one of the time lapse when I was taking this thing apart, you guys probably see where I actually put them, and I can't remember. Because just a little secret, if you guys don't already know, I don't film this stuff all in one day because I'm way too busy to do that. So this is like day 3 of filming this. Yeah, it took me 3 days to clean up a housing, tear it all apart and all that stuff. Slow at work, I guess. So yeah, 3 days of filming, but this has actually been like 6 or 7 days since I started this. So when I set those washers somewhere, it was like 7 days ago. So I honestly don't know what I did with them. Really don't know. This is gonna bother me.
20 minutes later.
If I'm here for 2 to 3 hours, I probably spend 45 minutes to an hour of that looking for crap. Oh, I found them. Yep, underneath the glove. Jeez. I'm a genius. Really good at hiding stuff, apparently, so. I still think I'm missing something, though. Oh, no, well, those have them on there. All these have their washers already on them, so those didn't come off. That one and that one, I got them all, sweet. Probably should have cleaned up the chunk housing a little bit better as well while I was at it, but I can always get to that easily later. So I need, I am missing a few. So it's 15/16. Because there are different size nuts on here. Like that one is not a 15/16. Now there's that, now there's that. There's a couple. Got that one. Alright, so I'm missing one more. Once again, I told you guys I'm really, really good at doing this. Really good at missing stuff. Or I should say I'm really good at losing stuff. Oh, the threads might be messed up on that one. No, we're good. Just me being an idiot. Alright, so there's one more over here. might be that one. 15/16. Ah, found it.
Liquid motivation.
Liquid motivation.
Liquid motivation.
Typically, I would think that'd be a beer, but
Rain.
it's rain.
Put it in the wrong way.
No, long side, pinion. I got it the right way. All the clearance over there for the.
I was trying to mess with you.
Well, I know. Trust me, I've been over here sitting talking to the camera for about 7.5 minutes trying to find those washers. Oh, makes for great ramblings.
Where's the washer there? In there.
I got them all. I found them.
Oh, wait.
They were under a glove on the table. Last place I thought I would look.
Was it 11/16?
No, 15/16.
15/16.
5-ton, buddy. This ain't your puny ass 2.5 ton.
Get down for that RTV. Oh, it's just already setting up.
I know, we're going. I need the big impact. Start doing the little ones. Or not the little ones. The ones that are
Hard
underneath there.
ones.
Yeah, I took them all off. You got the easy job putting them back on. It's literally impossible for me to not pick up a gun and...
Oh, by the way, I got the new Milwaukee die grinder. Or the straight one.
Oh. I struggled real hard with these. These are what hold the boot on.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know they were flatheads. I thought they were...
No.
They had so much crap caked on them.
Even the 2.5 tons.
I've never messed with 2.5 tons. Remember a planetary guy?
You're supposed to you have a book on 2.5 tons.
I do, but I only mess with the pinion.
Out of all the dumb rednecks that build mud trucks and everything else like that, that's the smart one that buys the Rockwell book.
I bought it. I have all the torque.
And does he use it? No.
I'm about to say I have all the torque specs, and I just use the Ogatoga method, or the
It's not the torque specs ain't something you need to know. You need to know the shims. How to
the
shim.
shims, that, and just the disassembly. Because
Does it got part numbers in it?
yes, it does. Part numbers and everything.
And why haven't you got fucking new bearings yet?
For what?
New chunks?
Because I'm just buying new chunks. That's a debate I'm still having in my head. I don't know what I'm doing about that.
Yeah,
Here we go. So I'm gonna really piss you off here.
You just need to sit down before it completely sits up.
Could I have a longer extension?
Keep going.
I can only go so far before these start hitting over here.
Are not going to hit.
They're not gonna hit. They hit coming up.
Yeah, I've already screwed them down. Yeah, we're good. Yeah, that mushed out just a little bit of RTV. It's just right. Oh yeah, it's gonna make a good seal.
I didn't want it to mush out too much.
It's gonna make a good seal.
I'm gonna offend a lot of people right here. I don't like it when there's like a 1/2 inch of just mushed out RTV on
You
there.
trying to say something?
My truck was like that at one point because someone worked on it at one point.
You wanna know something?
Huh?
Does it leak?
Yes.
Not from the chunk.
Someone once told me my truck looked like it had Ebola. It was leaking so much fluid from everywhere.
The pinion seals and everything else.
Pinion, axle. It leaked from the trunk.
I've never put a chunk in your truck.
No, there's only one other person that's put a trunk in my truck besides me.
Poor truck.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm the one that put the RTV on it though.
Mine's got it oozing out everywhere. I don't even bother cleaning it off. I brake clean it until it gets all weird.
See, like,
wipe it.
see, I made myself mad. There's a little bit too much squirting out on the side for me.
Guess what? Get a razor blade and cut it off when it dries.
I don't like doing all that.
And get a wire wheel.
I don't like doing that either.
Then shut up.
Don't tell me to shut up.
Being a Nancy.
You're being a jerk.
You're being a Nancy. Over here complaining about stuff you do. This is one of those times line there ain't very good.
No, it's not. Oh, she all bolted back down now. Hopefully there'll be no leakage.
Shouldn't be.
So it's ready to go back under, but AJ wanted to go ahead and, while there's nothing underneath there, take out the
Gearbox.
the old gearbox.
It's actually pretty easy when it's at this level. Flat-full steering columns, they're amazing.
Yeah, shipping sucks right now, so.
You know what you don't know what you're doing. Your first time you build a mud truck, you're trying to put hydraulic steering on it, and you keep losing your steering because it keeps pushing up the shaft.
Did you do that?
Yeah, it happened to me. You know how I fixed it? I welded the bearing that's up inside of the column to the shaft. Just 2 little tack welds on it, so it couldn't push back anymore, and then I drilled a hole and put a bolt through it. Hey, you wanna know something? They fixed it. We did that at Port St. Lucie Mud Jam too.
Oh, jeez.
I tore apart the whole steering column there. That was after I already broke this. Everything else.
That Ford truck was so rigged up.
I know, but it was a fun truck. I'm not gonna go buy that other one, by the way.
Why not? Too much of a headache?
I think so.
I meant from the wife.
No. I think just the truck in general.
If you're gonna spend money, I'd rather you find one that's like mint.
Well, at least the body be mint.
Yeah, it
need a paint job's fine.
If you found one that didn't run and the body was like mint.
If I found one that didn't run, it'd be looking. It would cost me more money because I'd be looking for a 4VT. Because I'm not putting a 2.9 back in it. I like driving the 2.9. Don't get me wrong. But... All right, you're gonna have to hold that. Or squeeze this.
I'll squeeze. Yeah, this is gonna be fun. Get right up in your face. Oh, she sounded good.
Look at that good quality Ford OEM manufactured part.
I'm pretty sure it's like the 3rd one on this truck because these gearbox suck.
No, not the 4 ones. If you buy the remans from O'Reilly's, yeah, those suck.
Well, this one leaked every freaking where.
Usually they leak from right here.
That's one less thing we needed on this truck. Orbital valve will go right there.
Yeah, probably.
Basically, somewhere.
Yeah, I wish I had some caps.
Let them drip out a little bit. We'll spray them down and tape them up or something.
Yeah, I'm all about that contamination control life, bro. Alright, cool. Well, I got that done. So we can start this one.
Alright, let's push this big old thing back underneath there. At least she should be lighter this time. I'll just kind of...
Alright, come on this side.
Oh man, I gotta walk around, squeeze my fat ass through this stuff. Good to go.
Ow.
Here's a truck there. Alright, well.
I mean, obviously.
Yeah, it's gotta go further forward, obviously, but. Next is starting leaf springs. Those have to get all chopped up and put into place on this, and we gotta figure out how far we want them to come down. So. That'll probably be next on this build. Probably gonna call it for now on this one.